the drill. And then 2 yoga blocks if you have them. Take this off. So continue here. My screen is not messed up. Just do that. There we go. 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, 2 canned goods of equal size and weight. Padding of some kind. I have a rolled towel here. I have a spongy mat here for padding, which you may or may not, you might wish to have it. I think it's a good idea to have it. And then the optional items are weights. So these are 2 1-pound weights and 2 2-pound weights. So you can choose if you think you're ready to add in weights. If you've been doing exercise for a while, adding weights might be a good solution to, keeping the practice beneficial to your body and to your mind. Getting on the floor, if that's an issue, we always recommend having a chair. You have a chair, a piece of furniture that's not going to move, a wall, something there. So if you feel a little unstable on your feet, it's always good to just position yourself close by, just one of those 3 things, so that you're not going to keel over on us. We don't want anybody falling. If you'd like to use the chair to assist you to get down on the floor, hands on the side of the chair, slowly 1 knee down, all the weight's in your arms, 2nd knee down. Hey, you're here, you're there. So getting back up, you can also use your arms and hands. I like forearms better. 1 foot forward, high the bum up, 2nd foot follows, and then triple, 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 slow time, getting up so you don't get dizzy. Now, if what's being offered doesn't work for your body, you are free to modify. You are welcome to modify. Or do another pose, or don't do it. So those are your 3 options. A lot of the moves we do seated on the floor, you can do in a chair. So just use common sense and see if that will work for you in the chair as best you can. I'll try to offer as many options as I can. Today, we're going to start on the floor. You can pull the flesh away from the sits bones. If for some reason the legs crossed don't work for you, legs straight are fine. Or if you have props, you can put blocks under those knees to give you some support. Or I have a rolled blanket. This probably isn't thick enough, but it is some kind of a support. So you choose what feels right for your body. And if you consider sitting in a chair as your other option, that's fine. Go ahead and just get yourself comfortable. Imagine those sits bones rooting down into the earth and the crown of the head lifting up to the sky. The head is between the shoulders. Try not to jet the head forward. It's a tendency we have too much screen time, too much hunching over the steering wheel in the car. I'm going to just try to keep that alignment very nice of it. And then we can avoid the dowager's hump, which nobody wants. I'm going to reverse the position of my feet. And then just allow the eyes to drop closed. Relax the face and the jaw, the back of the neck. Maybe make some faces, loosen the lips, a little Mr. Ed action. Breathing. Just make some faces, relax those facial muscles, the back of the neck. And just begin to notice the natural breath, the breath flowing in cool, breath flowing out warm. It can be in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just allow the mind and the body to arrive here on the mat or on the chair. And just gently scan the body, noticing any areas that feel tight or sticky, any areas where you might notice sensation, and just direct the breath to those areas. On the next inhale, let's deepen the breath. It emanates from the pelvic floor. Inhale, the belly expands, the rib cage lift, the collarbones lift. You notice that pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly. Noticing that pause at the bottom. Inhale. Filling it, filling it, filling it, pausing. And exhale. Noticing that pause at the bottom. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Just allow the breath to return to normal. See if you can maintain that beautiful, perfect posture. Let's interlace the fingers. Press the palms in front of the chest. Inhale as you press up. Exhale as you press those palms directly in front of the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Let's do 6, 5, 4. Squeeze the belly at the same time. 3, 2, and 1. Float the palms back up to the sky. Here, you might want to do a little figure 8 with the palms in the air. Nice and slow and steady. You can start out nice and small. And if it feels right, incrementally, you can get a little bit bigger or not. You choose. Big full breaths as we're doing our little figure 8s here. Oh. Okay to make sound, moaning and groaning. And let's bring that to stillness now. Let's go ahead and unlace the fingers and then draw those arms back behind you. Interlace the fingers behind the back. See if you can lift the chest. See if you can keep the hands off the floor. Maybe, maybe not. Nice big inhale. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale and exhale. Let's float those fists over to the right hip. So we're really giving a nice stretch to that left shoulder. Breathing. If it feels more appropriate, maybe it feels better to do this with the legs straight. See if that might work. One more breath. Go ahead and shift those fists over to the left hip. Big stretch in that right shoulder. See if you can keep your chest square to the screen. Big breath. Nice tall posture. One more breath. Hands back to center. Shake everything out. Okay, let's do a little bit for the hands here. I'm going to go ahead and take the palm and just press the inner part of the wrist away. Can you keep the shoulders dropping away from the ears? Try not to hunch up the shoulders. A couple of breaths here. Shake that hand out. Let's go ahead and press the left hand away. That inner part of the wrist is going toward the screen. Nice tall posture. Shake out those hands. And then here, the hands can come by the side of the body. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, press those arms away. Sun breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's keep those hands up overhead. Once again, let's interlace the palms. Let's tilt over to the right this time. If you need more support, if this is too extreme, right hand on right hip. Either way, everyone's going to bend the elbows. Inhale, bend. Stretch it away. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. That head is light and empty for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center. Let's shake things out between sides. Give yourself a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a break. Let's interlace the fingers the awkward way on this side. Again, press them up to the sky. This time tilting over to the left. If this is too much, it's too stressful, left hand on left hip. Inhale, bend the elbow. Exhale, press it away. Otherwise, both palms press together. Inhale, let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center and just here a little free form. You can do whatever feels good here, whether it be circles, figure eights, maybe you want to get a little bit lower, but maybe not. You decide what feels right. I'm going to do some big circles in the other direction. Just warming up that torso, warming up the center of the body. Let's go ahead and bring that to stillness. Unlace the fingers, float them back down, overhead, very nice. Let's go ahead and everybody stretch the legs out in front. Again, you can pull flush away from sits bones. Breathing. Let's windshield wiper those legs. Nice and easy. And then bringing that to stillness, the palms can go behind you to help support and keep you lifted. Let's go ahead and flex both feet, toes to shins, nice tall posture. And then you're going to point and flex, nice and slow, nice and easy. As you do your pointing and flexing, see if you can spread those toes nice and wide. Really stretch them out. Then you might want to add some circles to those feet. And circle the ankles, taking your time with it. Try not to rush. Go in both directions if you circle the ankles. Breathing. Let's bring that to stillness. And let's do a little bit more with the hands. We had a little break. We did the feet there for a bit. Now we're going to take the backs of the hands, not the palms, the backs behind us. So make them as wide, say, as your shoulders, maybe a little bit narrower. And then you're going to take the top of the hands on the mat and you're going to lift the chest. And you're breathing. Now maybe you can walk the bum a little bit farther forward, but maybe not. Those hands are not going to move. And this, I'm sure you can feel this. You're going to lift the chest. Maybe the chin is slightly tucked and you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it away and just shake it out. A good time for moaning and groaning here. Right. Now let's go ahead and find our way onto hands and knees. Here, this is a good place to put a little extra padding for your knees, to give some love to your knees. And also bring those blocks to that narrow end of the mat so that they're there. You don't have to worry about finding them later. Now from here, and I think I should face you for this. Let me just face you for this. And I hope you can see me. Now we're going to externally rotate those fingers. Maybe those fingers point back to the thighs. Maybe they don't. Mine certainly do not. You're just going to get your optimum stretch. You're not going to be sitting there in excruciating pain. You're just going to go to the optimum stretch. The back is flat. The crown of the head lines up with tailbone. And you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Man, shake them out. All right. We worked on our wrists on the carpal tunnel. Just for a little break. Back to that original position and then come down on forearms. So you just give your wrists a little bit of a break here. Let's just do some very modified cat-cow in this position, forearms on the mat. The knees might want to go a little bit wider. Inhale, drop the belly. Spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop. Exhale, squeeze. Let's do 4. Really get into that spine. 3, 2, and 1. And then coming out of that, let's go ahead and get those blocks if you have blocks available. I'm going to take the right foot forward and I'm going to frame the right foot with those 2 blocks. Or the blocks can be on the low setting or the blocks could be on the mat. I have short arms, so the blocks really assist me in helping to lift the chest. This back left leg is stretching out as long as it can get, opening up the left hip crease. Try and draw that right hip a little bit farther back so that the pelvis is square. Maybe the blocks can walk underneath the shoulders as you lift the chest. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do a very slow runner stretch, forward and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift that chest. Exhale, press it away. A few more rounds just like this, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. And now the next time that leg goes straight, the right leg goes straight, leave it there. Toes can come off of the mat. Nice big inhale. Exhale. My hands are going to the mat. The torso is dropping down the inside of that right thigh. Maybe right thumb and right hip crease. You can press it back and down, getting that feeling of squaring the hips. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back. Let's go forward into that lunge one more time. I need to grab a drink of water. And then we're going to take it back one more time to straighten that right leg. Now, you're just going to rotate that leg, that femur in the hip socket, moving that leg from side to side. Woohoo! And you're breathing. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it forward one more time. Those 2 hands frame that right foot. Maybe this time the hands can come to that right thigh, but maybe not. If that's not available, keep your hands on the mat. Keep your hands on your blocks. Maybe one arm could come up. Maybe a second arm can come up. And you're breathing. See if you can press a little bit more to that right thigh. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe steeple those index fingers. Maybe a baby back bend, but maybe not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, float those hands back down to the mat. And let's come into child's pose here, just between sides. So this is where I like to take my little impromptu bolster and just press it behind the knees so you get the butt back towards the heels. You can use a block for your forehead if that feels appropriate. Arms go forward, fingers cupped like little spider fingers in a padma. Let's just go ahead and stretch out that back. I like this little side micro movements. They might feel delicious. You might prefer a static stretch. You choose. And then let's come up. And before we go to the left side, we'll do some more with that right leg. We're going to come to neutral table. We're going to extend that right leg long. You're going to float it forward. So it's parallel to the earth. You're going to bend the right knee into the nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Donkey kicks. Again, pelvis is square to the mat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Refloat the leg, flex that foot. The knee is a fixed point in space. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat the leg. This time, point the toe. Touch it down left, touch it down right. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that foot back over to the left, tuck the right toes. See if you can just press into those right toes. Just giving that leg, oh, I really feel this in the left butt cheek. And you're tucking those toes, and I'm just doing a gentle rock back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Woo! Now let's bend that right knee. That comes to the earth. The lower legs form the letter V. Let's go ahead and just stretch back. Maybe your butt can go all the way to the floor. Maybe you want to sit on a block. And then just stretch yourself forward, melting into the earth here. Maybe the chest can kiss that top thigh, but maybe not. I mean, if you're up here, that's not a problem. Just see if you can get as low as you can. And we'll take 3 big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now, if you can catapult yourself forward or get out of that pose just as easily as you can, go ahead and place those blocks again at the top of the mat. I'm getting another sip of water. And I guess I'll go to this side so you can see it better. The left foot goes forward. The left foot goes forward. The blocks frame that front left foot. The left knee will never go farther than that left ankle. And this right hip is pressing forward. You're just pressing that right hip flexor open. See if you can extend that right leg as far back as you can. Maybe the blocks can come under the shoulders. Maybe fists might help on blocks. Lift to help lift the chest. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, you're going to straighten the front left leg. Try to keep the hips squared, forward and back. Now you're going to find your own rhythm and your own pace here. The only thing I'd recommend is just don't race through it. Focus your attention on those muscles, on that thigh, on that hip flexor. Oh. Really give it a good stretch. Deep, full breaths. Don't skimp on the breathing. Couple more rounds. And the next time that front leg is straight, leave it straight. From here, my hands are going to go to the mat, and the torso can drape down the inside of the left thigh. It's okay to let the head hang here. It tractions the spine. Just try to keep the hips squared and breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back, forward. Let's go ahead and straighten the front left leg one more time. And here we're going to internally and externally rotate that femur in the hip socket. You're just moving it from side to side. Getting synovial fluid into that left hip. Breathe in. Let's bring that to stillness. The foot comes back to center. Let's go ahead and lunge forward one more time into that left thigh. Maybe this time the hands can come to the thigh, but maybe not. If it's not, doesn't feel stable, stay with the blocks or stay with your hands on the floor. Maybe an arm can come up. Maybe a second arm can come up. Maybe you can breathe a little bit deeply into that left thigh. Maybe there's a baby back bend for 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way back down. This time, left foot meets the right. Let's go back into child pose very briefly. Again, it can be big toes together, knees wide apart, or thighs can be parallel. You decide. Here I am stacking the palms. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, stacked palms, stacked fists are a block. And just focus your attention on that space behind the heart, the back body, breathing deeply into that area. Noticing what the mind is saying, what the body is saying. One more breath. And then coming forward now into neutral table. This time the left thigh, the bent knee comes into the nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend the legs long, donkey kicks. Try to keep the pelvis square to the mat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-extend the leg, flex the left foot, hips are squared to the floor. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. The knee is a fixed point in space. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg, point the toes, tap it down on the left. You can follow it with your gaze. Lift the leg, tap it off to the right. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Recross that toe over to the right, tuck the left toes, and from here you're just going to kind of rock, little tiny rock back and forth. Oh, see, now I feel that in the right butt cheek. Presumably you do too. Oh, couple more pulses back and forth. Now you're going to drop that left knee outside the right thigh on the floor. The 2 lower legs form the letter V. Maybe you're going to use a block to land your butt on. Maybe you can go all the way to the floor. You choose what feels right. Then maybe you can walk a little bit farther forward. Maybe the chest comes to the top of that right thigh, but maybe not. You might not get that close, but as long as you're getting your optimum stretch, this is a good one. And we're breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, catapult yourself forward as best you can, as gracefully or ungracefully as you can. I'm going to move these props off to the side. Let's come back to neutral table. We'll tuck all 10 toes under. Nice big inhale, pressing up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bicycle pedaling the heels. Chest pressed close to the thighs. Arms close to the face, to the head, to the ears. Breathing, wagging your dog tail. Really stretching that spine. Couple more breaths. And then bringing that to stillness, let's go ahead and walk hands to feet or feet to hands. And you find yourself in a forward fold. Let's shake the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe some Mr. Ed lips here. If the hands don't reach the floor, great place for a block. Feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. Let the head hang here. Traction the spine. Micro bend the knees left and right. Breathing. Couple more rounds, just like this. And then let's bring that to stillness. Let's go ahead and inhale, bend both knees, drop the bum to the floor, but you're not going to get there. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1. Little pulses here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-straighten the legs. I'm going to go profile so you can see. Hands come to the shins, and then press yourself halfway up. Back is flat. Inhale. Exhale. Flat back lifts for 4, 3. Engage that belly. 2, and 1. Oh, hands can come to thighs. Walking yourself up. Triple slow time. Roll the shoulders. Oh. Crown of head lifts to sky. Let's take a couple big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come back to center. Roll the shoulders. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. Allow the eyes to drop closed. And feel. Notice where the energy is moved in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing. Lots of energy circulating throughout the entire body. One more deep, full breath. And exhale. Let's shake everything out. You should go for a little bit of balance. Can't forget that. You can't be unbalanced. So you might want to have a chair handy or a wall or a piece of furniture. You can also do this sitting in the chair. We're going to just bicycle pedal the feet here. So you're just getting those toes spread wide. You're just moving from leg to leg, foot to foot, shifting the weight for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring that to stillness. Shake out the legs, shake them out, shake everything else out. And then from here, I'm going to today get adventurous and add a weight. But I'm going to take my little 1 pound weight. So we're going to take all the body weight onto the leg nearest the chair or whatever your support is, or not. You could be standing freeform. That'd be even greater. So anyway, this is the standing leg, the right leg. We're going to lift the left. I've got this weight in my hand. We're going to go forward and try to keep the hips squared and pull it back in. You're going to extend the leg and the arm in opposite directions, and you're going to pull it back forward. Let's do 8. For as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that in. Keep the knee lifted. Palms face the screen. Exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, Weight comes down, arm comes down, leg comes down, shake it all out. Whew, how did that side go? Okay, now, opposite side, left leg is going to take the weight. The right leg is going to lift and then extend. You're going to extend it long, leg long, pelvis squared, bring it back in. For 8, 7, take your time with this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg up. Palms face the screen. Exhale, inhale for 8, 7, standing tall. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whee! Arm comes down, weight comes down, leg comes down, shake it all out. Woo! Wow. I'm going to lose the weight for now. And let's just go ahead and you can either use a chair for this or blocks. The chair version is you'd be facing the seat of the chair. The legs are super wide. You're going to take your hands halfway down the seat and we're just going to track left knee over left set of toes, right knee over right set of toes. That's how you do it with a chair. If you want to do it with blocks, you can do it with blocks or with your arms on your thighs, your forearms on your thighs. So let's get the feet nice and wide, toes pointed 45. You're either facing the chair, you've got a block in each hand, or nothing. You don't have those props, no worries. Nice big inhale, halfway down, flat back. Inhale, exhale, halfway down. Engage the abdominals, suck them in, crown of head leaning forward, hips pulling back behind you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Those blocks can come directly under the shoulders. And then you just lean into that right hip, left hip rather, right hip, moving from side to side. Make sure the knee tracks over those toes. You're not going to go too far. If the blocks don't feel right, maybe hands to thighs. You choose what feels right, what feels most supportive to you, as well as getting a nice stretch in these thighs, the quads, and the adductors, which we tend to forget about. Next time you shift to the right, stay there. Lift the left toes and little pulses into the right hip. I've got my forearm on the right thigh. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glide through center. Try not to lift up in the middle. Left forearm on left thigh or hands on blocks or hands on the chair. Right toes can come up. Little pulses here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, come back to center. Let's heel toe the feet together. Nice and easy. Oh. Feet come directly under the hips, toes point forward, hands come to hips, elbows point to sky. But before we come up, let's try this. Grab opposite elbows behind the thighs if that's available. If you can't manage that, this is where a strap comes in handy. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the hands come to hips, elbows point to sky, back is flat. Ascend really slowly. Oh. Lift the chest, chin is tucked, crown of head, lifts to sky, shoulders roll up, back and down, eyes drop closed. Let's arrive in mountain pose, standing strong and tall as a mountain. Breathing. Gently scan the body, noticing the effects of our work so far. Couple more breaths. And then from here, feet can be wide or not too wide, maybe wider than, a little wider than shoulders. And we're just going to do some hip circles here. Oh, yeah. Breathing. Oh. And then the reverse other way. So we're not lopsided. I mean, I'm lopsided anyway, but not quite as lopsided. And then let's corkscrew back to center. Oh. And let's go ahead and bring this down. Blocks can be at the end of your mat. Take a nice big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Let's step back, downward facing dog. Maybe a three-legged dog might feel delicious here. Lifting one leg, really pressing the chest to the thigh of the standing leg. Breathing. One more breath. Bring it back down. Nice big inhale. Extend the left leg up to the sky or your opposite leg, one you didn't do before. Hips stay squared. Breathing. One more breath. And then float that foot down to meet the right. Knees float down to the mat. Let's find our way onto the back. Triple slow time. No, let's come to the bum. Don't lie down yet. Almost, but not quite. All right. So knees are bent, feet are flat, feet are hip distance apart, left hand on left knee, right hand on right knee. Inhale as you press the chest forward. Exhale, squeeze the navel up and back towards the spine. The arms go straight. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Two more. Lifting, squeezing, lifting. Now squeezing and staying back, You can grab a block or a weight, lift the left lower leg and squeeze from side to side for 8, 7, pump the abdominals, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lose the prop if you're using one. Stretch the chest forward for 2 times. Inhale, squeeze it back, exhale. Inhale, draw the navel up and back towards the spine. Grab your prop if you're using one. Right lower leg comes off the mat. Exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Use the prop, foot comes down, chest comes through those knees, or on its way. It's not going to go through those knees. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And this time you're going to unfold all the way down onto your back. I'm going to move my chair so I don't hurt myself here. All right. And draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug, breathing. Oh. So you're massaging the low back here, knees into chest, maybe just riding that rim of the sacrum as you roll. Massage that low back. Go ahead and reverse the opposite way, or do side to side, east to west. You choose what feels right. Let's go ahead and draw those feet flat to the mat. The knees are bent. I'm grabbing my 1-pound weights. So for this one, you can do no weights 1 pound weights or 2 pound weights, you choose. This first move, you're going to take your upper arms and try to place them a little bit higher than your shoulder blade, your shoulders, rather, your shoulders. If you have shoulder issues, be very, very, very careful with this one. If you have shoulder issues, do not use weights with this. So you're going to take the hands or all the way to the mat if you can. Maybe they won't go. And then you're going to bring them forward. Exhaling, bringing them forward. Inhale, drawing them back. Exhale, pressing them forward. So those upper arms are moving toward a 45-degree angle, but if it's not that extreme, your shoulders will not allow you to do that. Just modify and make it a shallower angle. So inhale back, exhale forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Oh, okay. Now those upper arms go below the armpits at a 45-degree angle. This should be a little bit easier to accomplish. The palms face up towards the sky. Inhale back. Exhale as you squeeze those fists towards your armpits. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. You can place the weights down by your side if you're using the weights. And then if you have access to a block, or you could even use a small cushion for this, do a little bit more of abdominals. So you're going to just lift the hips up, and you're going to tuck the pelvis, and then you're going to lie the hip, the spine right down. Just lay it down there, like a string of pearls. You're going to lift the thighs, the feet are off the mat, the legs made a right angle, so your knees are not up here by your chest. They're directly over the hip crease. With your block, you're going to place your block on your shins. You're going to take your weights, or not, out to the side, like you're embracing a barrel. Exhale up. Inhale, drop, but don't go all the way down. You're going to hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hover for 8, 7, squeeze those abdominals, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We open those arms. Don't let them drop. Hover. Loosen the grip if you've got weights, and little pumps here. You're still engaging those belly muscles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently squeeze those arms back together. You can lower the weights away, take the block away, feet come to the floor. Let's get those heels close to the butt as you can. Maybe you can reach your heels with your fingertips, but maybe not. I'm going to take my 2 little 1 pound weights and put them in my respective hip creases. We're just going to tilt the pelvis forward. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale, lift and squeeze. We're going for a bridge pose. Tilt it back down. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale, scoop it and squeeze. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Keep it lifted. Beautiful buns are coming. Squeeze right butt cheek, squeeze left butt cheek for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Float it, come back to center. Take that spine down like a string of pearls. Slowly, slowly, slowly draw the knees into the chest. Massage the low back. Give yourself a hug. Okay, we're doing good. Couple more breaths here as you massage that low back area. Both feet now come to the floor, flat. Let's extend the left leg long. You might want to flex the left foot. If straightening the left leg is too much, feel free to go ahead and keep that left leg bent. You choose. I'm going to draw the right thigh into the chest. And let's just do some little tiny circles, both directions. Oh. And let's just drop that right bent knee off to the right. We're going to take it back through center with the left hand, draw it over to the left. This can be super slow. Right knee drops off to the right. I'm grabbing my shin here or your ankle to maintain the hold on the leg. Bring it back through center. Left hand assists that knee off to the left. Let's do that a couple more times. Nice and slow and deliberate. Oh, opening it up. One more time. Now this time, let's cross it over. The left hand can assist. Maybe it wants to go onto a block or a prop. See if you can keep your shoulder blades on the mat. That's the goal. And that bent knee goes to the left. If it's available, the face turns to the right. Now, if that bothers your neck, don't do the face turn. Just do the leg twist. And take a few big breaths here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let's come back to center. Straighten out the spine, realign the spine so that it's straight. Again, knees are bent. This time, left thigh into the chest. If it's available, stretch the right leg long, flex the right foot. Gently, and the operative word is gently, try to press the back of that right thigh and knee into the mat, but don't force anything or jam anything. Little circles here with this left bent leg. Oh, yeah. Let's bring that to stillness. I'm grabbing the shin, dropping that left bent knee off to the left. The foot stays off the floor. Oh, opening the hips. Right leg assists the bent knee off to the right. And you're going to shift from side to side, finding your own pace here. Gently opening hip flexor, getting a nice squeeze in the twist. Couple more times, just like this. This is the last one. You cross it out, and then you cross it over. Keep it over. The left arm goes off to the side. Maybe the face looks to the left. Maybe it doesn't. The bent knee goes to the right. Try to release all the muscles in the body that you don't need to use to hold this. See if you can melt into the earth. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Back to center. Rebend both knees. Feet are flat. Realign the spine so that it's straight. One more time. Knees to chest. Massage the low back. Just briefly. And now left thigh crosses over top of right thigh. Left thigh over top of right. The shins, the hands grab the shins like bicycle handlebars. You flex both feet. You externally rotate both feet. You're trying to press the thighs into the chest as you drop the tailbone down to the floor. And you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind the legs, shake them out. Right thigh crosses over top of left thigh, no space between the thighs. Hands grab the shins, flex the feet, externally rotate both feet. Back of the neck is long. You're drawing the thighs into the chest as you drop the tailbone to the floor at the same time. And you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind the legs, arms and legs go to the sky, shake them out, dead bug. Dead bug. Maybe some air swimming, that might feel delicious. Or any final movements you would like to make before we move to Shavasana, corpse pose, resting pose. Classical Shavasans on the back, arms and legs at 45. You might want to roll something under the knees for support for the low back, if that's not particularly comfortable the classical way. Or maybe you could do it on your side, just resting quietly on your side. And you can do Shavasana sitting in a chair quietly with your eyes closed. So you choose what feels appropriate. And once you organize arms and legs, just scan the body, noticing the effects of the practice, breathing any residual tension away with the breath. And if it's available, as you're lying there, see if you can tense everything up in the body, the face, the hands, the body, the feet. Just squeeze it tight. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Let it go. One more time. Everything. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. The fists, like the feet, the face, the body. Squeeze and let it go. And just let the body melt into the earth. Noticing the breath, allowing the breath to breathe you, letting the body be supported by the earth, the mother, releasing, softening, letting go of everything that no longer serves. Noticing the back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. When we're not blinded by the intensity of our emotions, when we allow a bit of space, a chance for a gap, when we pause, we naturally know what to do. We begin, due to our own wisdom, to move toward letting go and fearlessness. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, you'd like to stay a little longer, please feel free to do that. If you'd like to stay seated in meditation in a chair quietly for a little bit longer, if that feels right, please do that. If you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement into fingers and toes and arms and legs. And then drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And then keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting sits bones down into the earth, crown of head lifting up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on your next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan. So please feel free to continue to be in silence or in Shavasana. I'm going to unmute and see if there are questions. See how everyone is doing. If I can get this unmuted, that would be useful. Let's just see here. Okay. Ooh. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, let's cancel. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Everybody
Good.
sounds like they might be floating somewhere. Yeah.
Best class yet.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to live up to that, I suppose. No questions? Anybody? Everybody good?
I have a question, Judith.
Sure.
When we put our legs in a V, for some reason, my hips don't go, it's hard for me to cross my legs and everything. So what would I do?
So are you speaking like legs in a V, like when we're on our back and the legs are in a V, or sitting in a V, or any of those?
Yeah, when we have to go in a V.
Yeah, well, if you can't, and in a way, women are built for this because I guess they're childbearing. But, if you can only go this far, that's okay. You don't
No,
have to-
it's not that, it's the one where we're sitting on our legs and you say to put them in a V.
Oh, I know that going back. This one.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah. Well, can you get this far? Can you cross the thighs over each other?
Not recently, I can't. Maybe I didn't do it right.
No, it's not a matter of right or wrong, really. You're just basically, there's a lot of yoga
Can't do
poses
that
where you just,
anymore.
you
I
just
used to
sit
be
like
able to do
this,
it.
And
How?
that's basically, but if you can't manage that, if the legs don't want to do that, just come and sit, I would say, with a block or two behind you, legs, thighs parallel, and you just sit here.
That's what I did, but I felt like I was
Perfect.
missing something.
No. And because, see, what I'd like people to get to the point where, okay, she's offering something that my body doesn't want to do. Then you're going to figure out a modification for that or some other thing that you can do that might approximate it, but it's not doing that exact same thing, because that
That's
way
what
we
I
just,
did.
you pass the 100% test. A+. So yeah, because if there's something, there's lots of things. I take a yoga class, I'm saying there's no way I can do that. So I just do something else.
Okay.
Or I do a modified version of that because there's no point in forcing your body. Like today I did a 6:30 a.m. class. I used to be able to do Malasana, which is where you're all the way down. My knees don't let me do that anymore. So now I do this. Instead of going
What do
all
you
the way
mean? Your knees all the way down? How does it look? Oh, you can't.
Well, I
show
can't
me.
do it because I smashed this left knee in Mexico 2 years ago, but you're all the way down. Like, have you seen the guys in Asia reading the newspaper, squatting all the way
Oh,
down?
I can do that. That's because that's how they have children over there and everything, you know.
Well, the
it's
men
just-
do it too, because
Yeah.
they do it from birth, from, the time they're kids. So
That's
it's
how
just
they
a
do it.
matter of training, like say, okay, body, we're gonna go here, but not all the way, and just kind of coax yourself. And then you'll see how far you can go. Maybe you can't go all the way, and that's okay. You don't have to be able to do everything. Like I'm not doing headstands in here. I'm not doing arm balances. A lot of those yoga poses, are for the young and the nubile. They're not for me.
Not for
So,
me.
But the point being is that you don't have to do all of those things to be, a yoga person. You get as much benefit, I think, and frankly, in terms of a headstand, I think you get as much benefit by just being on your back with legs up the wall. And
Oh, I
that's
did
it.
legs up the wall at the end of every class.
Well, there you go. That is absolutely a wonderful thing to do. So keep up with that. I would keep up with that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, does that help at all? I hope.
Oh
it
my
did.
God, yes. Everything
Uh,
you do, the whole class, you just
Okay.
do like a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, goody. I'm glad to-
I don't know all these things.
No, that's okay. That's what we're all here to learn, and we can benefit from it. So by all means, keep up. All right, keep up with it. We're glad you're here, and we want you to get stronger and more flexible and healthy, and that's all going to happen. Believe me.
Thank
You're
Thank
welcome. Anybody else got
Judith.
questions? Okay, we're all good.
Thanks,
All right.
Judith. See
All
you
right, well,
Friday.
then I'm going to sign off, and I'll be back on, what's today? Oh, today's what? Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, and then Saturday's the chair class and Sunday is the meta meditation. So hopefully we'll see you for some or all of those. That would be lovely to see you there. Okay, let me sign off. See you next time. Stay healthy, guys.